Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn about string type of C sharp. A string is basically used everywhere in day-to-day life. If you want to store your name, you will use a string. If you want to store your address, you will use a string. If you want to store your job title, you will use a string. So most of the things that we see in our real life are strings. Before moving on, let's see what you will learn in this video. We will see the C type in C sharp. We will see the escape sequence. We will see the verbatim literal, and we will also see the string interpolation. So let's get started. I have opened my Visual Studio here. If you don't know how to install Visual Studio, you can watch the second part of this video series where we have explained how to install Visual Studio. So let me create one console application. I will click on next. I will give a project name here, demo string, and I will just create on next here. I will choose the .NET version 6 and the project is created here. Let me delete everything. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay, so when we say string are usually defined in double quotes. Like if I want to store my name, I will enter Parvesh, and let me create a variable to store this Parvesh. I will create the variable with string keyword. I will give the variable a name, let's say name variable, and I will store the string in it. So that's how you will declare a string and you will set some value to it. If I print this variable, let's name, as you can see, my name is getting printed here. So let's say the requirement is I want to print the double quotes also. Like I want to print something like Parvesh. Like this, I want to print the message. And for this, if I go ahead and put double quote here, if we see here, we are getting one error message here saying syntax is not correct. If I open the error window, I can see here syntax is not correct. And let's see how it was before. It was like this. There we were not getting any compilation error, but if I try to put a double quote there, it starts giving me an error. It says syntax is not correct. Because if you see here, every string in C sharp starts with a double quote and it ends with a double quote. But if I try to put a double quote in between, it will think the string is completed till here, and I don't know what about this, like because this is not correct syntax here. That's why we are getting a compilation error. So in order to tell the compiler like I want to print the double quote also, this should not be treated as a special character. What I can do, I can use the escape sequence, that is backward slash in C sharp. So if I put a backward slash, you can clearly see here it has turned into purple color. It means it treat this double quote as a normal string, not as the special character that is used to start and end of the string. So if I want to put a double quote at the end also, I can put it like that, and I have to escape this character using the backward slash. So if I go ahead and print this name, you can see now my name is getting printed, but I also have the double quotes at the start and at the end. Let's say we have one more requirement. In that we want to print a string something like that. In the first line, I want to print eat. In second line, I want to print code. And in third line, I want to print sleep. So let's say I have declared a variable, let's say message, and I want to print eat, new line, code, sleep. So to move it to the new line, if I go ahead and print this message, here you can see these are showing up in the new lines. The eat is coming at line number 5, code is coming at line number 6, sleep is coming at line number 7. But if I print this message, sorry, we didn't give the print command. If I print this message, you can see here the all the three words are coming in this single line. This is happening because compiler don't know where we have the line breaks. We have to tell the compiler where we need to break the line, and we need to move the text to the next line. To tell the compiler where we have the line breaks, we can use the backward slash and we can use the n character. So we have this backward slash n, which is known as new line character. So if I put my breakpoints after each word, you can see if I print this message, this is coming at the new line as expected. So now let's say requirement is I want to print a string that has a lot of backward slashes in it. For example, let's say I want to print a folder path that look like this. If you see here, there are a lot of backward slashes. If I try to print it without any escape character, compiler will automatically add the escape sequences for us. Go ahead and run this once and see how it is looking. If you see here, our folder path is getting printed here without any issues. But if you see the string that we have at line number 3, it is having a lot of double backward slashes, which is not the case in the normal folder location. So it is not very readable. In order to remove these backward slashes, what we can do, we can use a verbatim literal. Let's see this in action. First, let me remove the backward slashes. If you see, compiler is again complaining about the backward slashes because we have to escape these backward slashes. We cannot have this in a normal string. So in order to escape all the backward slashes in with single character, for that we can use our @ symbol. If I put that @ symbol, compiler will know whatever is coming after it should be treated as a normal string. So if I go ahead and print this message again, we can see the normal folder path is getting printed. Let's see how we can work with multiple string. Let's say I have a string variable, first name, let's say Peter, and let's say we have the last name variable, let's say Parker. So now the requirement is I want to print the whole name on the console window. So the output should look like Peter Parker. There are multiple ways to achieve it. First one is we can concat the string using the plus operator. Let me declare a variable full name, and I can say first name plus last name. And to separate the first name and last name, I can put a single space there. And let's go ahead and print this full name. You see here, Peter Parker is getting printed here. The other way to do this is using the concat method. So let me use the concat method here. I will create the full name variable. Let me comment it out first. So I can use this string keyword and I can call concat method here. So this way also we can concat the two strings. So I can put a double quote to separate these first name and last name. And now if I go ahead and print it, we can see again the Peter Parker is getting printed here. So this is the another way that we can use. And the third way is to use the string interpolation. To use string interpolation means you can use a dollar symbol and start writing your string. In this, if you want to use a variable, you can use the variable using the curly brackets. I can put first name here, I will give a space, and I will give the last name here. If I go ahead and print it, we can say again Peter Parker is getting printed here. But if you see here, this is the most readable format here. Here we are just using the string interpolator starting with the dollar sign, and within the double quotes we are creating our string. And the good thing about this is if you want to add any other string characters, we can easily add it like this. Let's say my name is, if we go ahead and print it, we can see my name is Peter Parker is getting printed. So this is how you will use the string interpolation. Let's see some of the common methods that we can use with strings, which are concat, which we just see how we can concat two strings. We can use ToUpper to create the string in uppercase. We can use ToLower to make the string to lowercase. We can use index to find the index of particular character within a string, or we can use substring to trim or cut the string based on the requirement, and we can use the length property of string to find the length of the string. Let's see this in Visual Studio. Let me clear it up. Let's say now I want to change my name to the uppercase. So I can create a variable string uppercase, and I can use first name dot to upper. So this will change my text to uppercase. Let me print it. You can see Peter is getting printed in uppercase. Similarly, you can use to lower, that will print the name in lowercase. Now let's say I want to find the index. I want to find the position where T is there in my string. If you see in Peter, we have the T at the third position, 1, 2, and 3. So in C sharp, the counting starts from the 0 position. So P is at 0th location, E is at the first location, and T is at second location. So let's see how to find the location of T using the string index of method. Let me declare a variable integer and call it index of T, and I can use the first name variable and I can call index of, and within this I can pass T because I want to find the index where T is available. Let me print the index of T now. If you see here, 2 is getting printed because T is available at the second location. Let's see the substring method once. Let's say now I want to divide the string and just want to print the pet instead of the complete Peter. I can use substring method for that. Let me use that string substring equal to first name dot. I can use substring. And if you see, Visual Studio will give you the options how you can use the substring. If I want to take the string from a particular location, let's say I want to start from second index location and take the complete string. Let's see what is getting printed in this case. you can see only the last part of the name is getting printed. That is starting from the T, because if you see here, I have given the two index here, and we know at the second location T was there. So it started from T and it has printed all the characters which were available from T. Let's use the substring method in another fashion. Let's say we have the string Peter Parker, and I want to start from T and I want to end it till R. So let's see how we can do it. I will start from the second location and I can give the length in this case, which is, if I count it from here, 3 characters from here, 3 characters from here, that makes it 6, and we have the one space character also. So we have to totally print the 7 characters. So I will put 7 here. Again, second is the index from where we want to start. 7 is the length which you want to take from that second location. So if I go ahead and print it, you can see as expected it is printing the TER from Peter and it is taking PAR from the Parker. So guys, this is how you can use the substring method. One more thing I want to show you, like if you want to find the length of the string, you can use the length property of the string. Let's say I want to find the length of first name. What is the length of first name? For that, I will declare a variable length of integer type, and I can just simply set it first name dot length. So this dot length property will give me the length. So if I go ahead and print it, we can see length 12 is getting printed here. That's it guys. In the next video we will see how we can get inputs from the user using the console window. Thank you for watching.